people don't follow intelligence. They follow psychological power, and the one who understands human weakness quietly controls the game. Most people think intelligence creates power. They believe that if they read more, learn more, and work harder, they will naturally rise. But look around carefully. The smartest people in the room are often silent, ignored, or overlooked, while someone less intelligent walks in, speaks with confidence, and suddenly everyone listens. This is not an accident. Power does not come from intelligence alone. It comes from understanding how people think, how they react, and where they are weak. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He saw that humans are emotional, fearful, and driven by ego, and the person who understands these hidden behaviors gains silent control over situations. These 9 Machiavellian laws of dark intelligence reveal how psychological power really works. And once you see them, you start noticing them everywhere, because the world is not controlled by knowledge. It is controlled by perception, behavior, and quiet strategy. Power begins with human nature. Power starts the moment you understand how humans really behave. Not books, not degrees, not information. People. Most intelligent individuals believe logic wins. They think clear thinking and smart ideas will naturally earn respect. But real life shows something different. In many workplaces, the most knowledgeable employee is often ignored. Their ideas are correct, but someone louder presents them with confidence and gets credit. This happens because humans do not follow intelligence first. They follow emotional signals. Confidence feels safe. Certainty feels strong. Calm behavior feels powerful. The brain quickly chooses the person who appears stable and dominant. This is why some people rise faster even with less knowledge. They understand human nature. They understand human, ego, and social behavior. Ego and social behavior. Power is not about being right. Power is about being perceived as strong and reliable. When you understand this, your focus changes. You stop trying to impress people with intelligence. You start observing how people behave, react, and think, because the person who studies human behavior understands the real game. Comment below. I observe before I speak. Law 1 and 2. Control information and stay unreadable. The first dark intelligence law is simple. Control information. The second is just as powerful. Stay unreadable. Most people talk too much. They share plans, ideas, and emotions freely. And they believe openness builds trust. But in reality, it often creates exposure. Imagine this situation. You share your business idea with a coworker. You talk about your plan with excitement. A few weeks later, they present a similar idea in a meeting. You feel shocked. But psychologically, this is common. Humans compete for status and advantage. When they see a useful idea, many will quietly take it. Not always with bad intention. Sometimes it is simply survival and ambition. Information creates power, and the more people know about your plans, your fears, and your next moves, the easier it becomes to control or block you. Mystery creates psychological distance. People respect what they cannot fully read. Silence forces others to think, observe, and guess. And guessing creates tension. That tension creates authority. This is why strategic people speak less. They reveal only what is necessary. They listen more than they talk. They let others expose themselves first. Because in every social situation, the person who talks less learns more, and the person who learns more quietly controls the direction. Law 3 and 4. Control emotions and reactions. Emotional control is silent dominance. Most people lose power not because they are weak, but because they react too fast. Think about a simple situation. You are in a group conversation. Someone makes a small insult or joke about you. Everyone looks at you to see your reaction. If you get angry, defend yourself, or explain, something happens immediately. You lose control of the room because reactions expose emotional pressure. And emotional pressure signals weakness. But if you stay calm and silent, the energy changes. The room becomes uncomfortable. The person who spoke starts explaining themselves. They feel the pressure instead. This is psychological power. Humans test emotional stability. They push, joke, and provoke to see who reacts. The one who reacts loses authority. The one who stays calm gains silent respect. Emotional control creates distance. Distance creates strength. When people realize they cannot easily trigger you, they stop trying. Because control over your emotions means control over yourself, and self-control is the foundation of power. If you are building a calm and strategic mind, subscribe to Ilu Codex, because this channel is about understanding human behavior and silent psychological strength. Most people fail at this point. They react emotionally. But the next laws become more dangerous, because now psychological power starts shaping how people treat you. Which law do you think works the most in real life? Law 5 and 6, scarcity and strategic presence availability, reduces value. Scarcity increases respect. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths about human behavior. The more available you are, the less people value your presence. Think about the person who is always available, always replying fast, always ready to help, always present in every conversation. At first, people appreciate them. But over time, something changes. Their presence becomes normal, their attention becomes expected, and expected things lose value. This is not cruelty. This is psychology. The human brain values what feels limited and ignores what feels always available. Limited time creates importance. Limited presence creates curiosity. This is why respected individuals do not appear everywhere. They show up when it matters. They speak when needed. They disappear when necessary. Strategic absence creates psychological weight. When you are not always present, people notice your presence more. They listen more carefully. They observe more closely, because rarity creates attention. Powerful individuals control their visibility, not to manipulate people, but to protect their value and focus. Law 7 and 8 make people depend on you. This law is the most dangerous, because dependence creates real power. Most people try to be liked. They want approval, attention, and acceptance. But approval is weak power. It disappears quickly. Dependence is different. When people need you, they protect you. Think about an employee who knows how to solve complex problems. The company may not love them personally, but they respect them, because replacing them would be difficult. This creates silent authority. Humans protect what they need. When your value becomes necessary, your position becomes stable. This is why strategic individuals focus on usefulness. They build skills. They build knowledge. They build connections, not to impress people, but to become difficult to replace. Approval makes you liked. Value makes you respected. Dependence makes you powerful. Law 9, silent reputation and long-term power. The final law separates observers from leaders. Silent reputation. Reputation is invisible power. It walks into the room before you do. People decide how to treat you based on what they believe about you, not based on what you say. This is why quiet, calm individuals often control discussions without speaking much. Their reputation creates authority. Their behavior creates trust. Their calm presence creates influence. People believe what they consistently observe. If you act calm, people see you as stable. If you act controlled, people see you as strong. If you act strategic, people see you as powerful. Reputation builds slowly, but once built, it protects you. Because perception shapes social hierarchy, and hierarchy shapes power. Comment below. Silence is power. Final power realization. These 9 Machiavellian laws reveal a simple truth. People do not follow intelligence. They follow psychological strength. When you control information, you protect your advantage. When you control emotions, you protect your authority. When you control presence, you protect your value. When you create dependence, you protect your position. And when you build silent reputation, you protect your long-term power. The old mindset says be open, be emotional, be available, be liked. The stronger mindset says observe, stay calm, speak less, move strategically, because the moment you stop reacting and start understanding human behavior, the game changes. You stop chasing power. You start building it quietly. If you want to master psychological awareness and silent influence, subscribe to Ilu Codex. Because power does not belong to the loud. It belongs to the calm mind that understands people and moves with quiet intelligence. And remember this. The moment you understand human weakness, their control over you disappears. But understanding human behavior is only the beginning, because real power does not come from controlling others. It comes from controlling what you reveal about yourself. Most people lose influence because they talk too much, They share too much. They reveal too much, and without realizing it, they give away their psychological advantage. But the moment you stop revealing everything, everything changes. The way people treat you changes. The way people respect you changes. The way people listen to you changes. Watch this next video now. When you stop revealing everything, everything changes, because this will completely change how you communicate and move in the world.